Asian elephants. Let's get started. We have 3 videos this week. The first one is this video. The second one is going to be a 2-minute video about Asian elephants. And the third one is our how-to. So let's get started by learning about the Asian elephant. Asian elephants versus African elephants. As you can see, African elephants are larger than the Asian elephant. What other differences do you notice? Here we talk about the ears. The ears on the African elephant are large and they're pointed almost like the continent of Africa. The ears on the Asian elephant are rounded and a little bit smaller when you look at the proportion next to the head. Proportion is how big something is compared to something else. The trunk has 2 fingers for grasping, that's the top and bottom point. And on the Asian elephant, they just have the 1 finger for grasping. If we look at the top of their head straight on, you can't see it from the side view here, but we'll look at some more pictures in a bit. The African elephant's head is round with 1 bump. The Asian elephant's head has 2 bumps. The Asian elephant is definitely smaller. It only gets to about 6.5 to 9 feet tall versus the African elephant, which gets all the way up to 9 to 13 feet tall at the shoulder here. And the weight is different too. The African elephant weighs between 8,000 and 15,000 pounds, and our Asian elephant only weighs 6,000 to 13,000 pounds. Asian elephants in India. India is a country in South Asia. It's right here in red. Elephants play an important part of their culture, and they have half the world's Asian elephants and 20% of the world's Asian elephants in captivity. So half of the wild Asian elephants live in India, and 20% of the Asian elephants live in captivity in India, which is quite a bit considering the size of Asia, this whole continent here, compared to this little country of India. Elephants symbolize royalty and divinity. Divinity means the gods. The Hindu religion has many gods, and the important Hindu god, Lord Ganesha, is thought to remove obstacles as well as bringing good fortune and good luck. Lord Ganesha is represented by an elephant. Elephants also represent wisdom, strength, and protection due to their intelligence, size, and family herd. Elephants are so important to India that they hold a festival every spring to celebrate the colors of the season as well as the elephant. It's known as the Elephant Festival. Elephants are painted with bright colors. Look at the painted elephants. What do you notice? We're going to look at some more pictures after this slide. Where do you see the painting and decoration? What colors do you see? Are they bright or muted? What designs and patterns do you see? Are they geometric, floral, organic? What other decorations are on the elephant? Do you see any fabrics or metal? What else do you notice? And here are some more pictures. I'm going to go through several different versions of these painted elephants from the Elephant Festival. All right, what's next? After this, you're going to watch a 2-minute video about the Asian elephants, and then you're going to get your paper and pencil so we can draw our elephant today. Next week, we are going to add the decoration and color. All right, my friends, let's get going.
Hello, 2nd grade. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started on our elephant. This is one that we did in a previous year, and it did not have all of that Indian decoration on it. So we are actually just going to draw our elephant today, and then we're going to think about what kind of decoration you're going to add onto your elephant. What kind of paint designs, what kind of colors. Are you going to add any of the fabrics or metals or beads or any of those other beautiful accessories that we saw. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is grab our pencil, paper, and an eraser. We're definitely going to be erasing some today. Okay, we're gonna start with our elephant's body, which is kind of a big circle here. So we're gonna float our pencil, 1, 2, and then drop it down. We get a nice oval shape. I know it's kind of hard to see, I'll draw a little harder. Okay. Next, we are going to add its head and that trunk. So we're gonna come up and over, and then down. And we're going to come about the middle here. If we were to draw a plus in here, we're going to come here and come down and make that trunk. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and put that in. We only have the one finger on his trunk, not two like the African elephant. So we can go ahead and add that one finger. Next, we're going to go ahead and add some legs. So we're going to come straight off the front of the body, and we're going to draw a leg. We're going to come down here, straight down. Now, we want to curve this leg at the bottom to make his legs look like they're round. So we put that smiley face curve here. On the back, elephants have a kind of a big leg muscle. We're going to go ahead and put that in a little curve and then straighten it out. We're going to come kind of straight down here from the bum, come in a little bit, and come down for that leg. We're going to do the same thing, put that curved line at the bottom. Now we need to add a second leg on either side, so we'll put a second leg here, and we're going to make it a little bit shorter because we want it to look like it's on the other side of his body. So 2 lines, and then that same curve. All right, now we can go ahead and erase this line here inside the first leg that we drew, and this other front leg. Okay, so we can see how we've got kind of our elephant body happening here. Next, we are going to add our little tail. So we'll go ahead and just add those 2 little things. And then they kind of have a little, like almost like a little paintbrush at the end where they can swat bugs and such. And we will add our ears. Next, we're going to move on to the head. So remember, those ears were a little bit smaller than the African elephant and not quite as pointy. So we're still going to make them come up, but they're going to be a little bit smaller, and they still come to a point at the bottom. And we'll just put a little bump on the other side to make it look like there's an ear over there. Erase these cross lines again. So just that line from our original oval and this line at the head, so that the ear is all one piece. Okay, so see, I erased this line here and this line here so that my ear is up front. And it's going to come down a little bit on the head. All right, next we need some eyeballs. So we're going to go ahead and put those in right in the middle. And elephants do kind of have little eyeball shapes, and then they've got some little wrinkles around them. We can put in a little eye. Come up a little so you can see how I did that eye. Okay. And if you want, we can add the tusks. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. 1 and 2. So I brought them down to a nice point here, and they overlapped a bit of my trunk. Now on this side, I'm just going to make the point stick out because it would be coming down from that other side. There's a little bit of skin that comes down on the trunk before it turns white. So we'll erase these lines that are crossing the trunk, or the tusk. We want that to be on top. Okay, so now I've erased this line, and this line, but I added this line to go in with the tusk. We're going to add some wrinkles into our trunk, and I'm doing them in kind of, again, like that curved smiley because the trunk is round. And then we'll add our toes. They have these big round toenails. Okay, I'm going to erase this neckline here and sort of round this out a little because elephants almost have like saggy skin. They have all those wrinkles. All right. So now we have our elephant. We have its head, we have that trunk, we have the one finger, we've got the tusks, some smaller ears, toes, tail. We are ready to go. If you want to start thinking about your designs, we will use either colored pencil or marker for that. I'm going to erase this line back here. That doesn't really make sense. I want the ears to be big. So you can go ahead and do that, or you can just wait until next week. But if you're thinking, I already know that I want to put like a blanket over my elephant, we could do that. Maybe you want your blanket to come down to a point and then have like those little tassels. You know, you can start adding some of those details. That's up to you. I'm just doing sort of upside down teardrops to make those tassels. Okay, but you don't have to add this until next week. But if you're really excited about your elephant and you want to get going, you can go ahead and start doing some of that. Some of them had a box on top for a seat. Some of them just had body paint throughout. It's up to you. We'll think about that a little bit more before we get to next week. All right, my friends, I will see you on Friday. Bring your elephants. If you have questions, you can either message me or you can just bring them on Friday and we'll address it then. All right, my friends, have a great week.